Well, good day, boys and girls and boys and dogs and cats and birds and whatever. And welcome to Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And today, like I normally do, I guess, mostly, we'll do the weather report first. So it's kind of a grayish, gloomy looking day. Not really doing anything out today. No wind and no precipitation. I'll move over here and have a look at this. Well, so -6 degrees. See if I can get it on to Fahrenheit for everybody else that's on Fahrenheit. 21 degrees Fahrenheit. So our weather today is not looking too bad, and tomorrow's not too bad. Sunday's not too bad. We get the odd flurry here and there, I guess. Monday. Few flurries, but then on January 31st, snow and nighttime snow. So, and then Thursday, February 1st, a flurry. So that could be the start of winter. And it's hard to say, but we had a winter like that, 2014-15. It didn't snow, December, January, kind of like this, just a bit of snow. Then all of a sudden, January 28th, I think it was, well, the snowstorm hit, and they kept hitting and hitting February, March, April, and into May. Oh, yeah, boy, that was feet of snow, not just inches, feet. Holy cats, it was quite a winter, that. I can remember going up and down my son's driveway after we finally got somebody to clear it out. I stopped. I was in my truck, and I was sitting there in my truck, and I was looking up at the top of the snowbanks, driving in the driveway. Probably 6 to 7 feet of snow. Anyway, we'll go and have a walk around here. So today's video is going to be on the weather. I've been saying this, and the crazy winter and weird weather and all that stuff. And oh, look at all them channels. Look. Yes, sirree, you should go and look at all them channels. Ask them what their winter is like. Yeah, some of them have been saying some things about crazy weather. Anyway, over here I'll show you a picture. That's what it normally would be like here. And that's a lot of snow, but not as much as we can have. That was about 5 years ago, I think. And then this one. That was 4 years ago, I think. No, that was 3 years ago. I didn't have it painted the first year, so it must have been 3 years ago. Anyway, lots of snow. Which it seems that we don't have this year. And there's a bit there too, but that's not a whole lot. Anyway, we'll go outside and have a walk around here and I'll tell you a few stories. A few stories. So, let's start with my truck here. Like I said about going up my driveway. So I sit about there in the truck. So that's about the 5-foot mark. And I was looking up at the top of the snowbanks, and they were up. Probably that high. So you're looking at 6.5 feet of snow there. And that was in 2015. And then there was another snowstorm that my truck was over a little bit further here. And maybe ahead a little bit. But by the time we got it shoveled out the front and the back and on the driver's side and drove the truck out, the imprint of the whole truck was in the side of the snowbank. Right from the top to the bottom. It was about 5.5 feet. Over here, I'm not going to remember all the stories that I wanted to tell, but anyway, in here, many times you couldn't see that window, and the snow would be on an angle out that way. So by the time I got out to 10 feet out from the garage or more, it would still be about 3 or 4 feet deep. Window blocked completely. Couldn't see out. Garage door here. Another little story coming up. This story is from 1997, April 1st, 1997. The door there. So I was standing in the house I might as well come up here, I guess. I should be whipped and chained for not shoveling this off, shouldn't I? Tarred and feathered, that's what I mean, I guess. Anyway, standing here at this door, inside, basically where I'm standing right here, I couldn't see that garage door. Lots of snow. But at least on April 1st, I'd say it was about a week and it was melted and gone. But anyway. And of course up here, I better go this way, I guess. Kind of strange with this spot here. We've been here at this house for about 32 years. And our propane furnace comes out there. The deck has always been there, although it has been changed. Now, whether that makes any difference or not, I don't know. This corner would always be like this in the wintertime, up until about 10 years ago. Then all of a sudden, this corner was starting to fill in with snow. And it would fill in, cover over the pipes for the furnace, so then you had no furnace, of course. It wouldn't run. So I'd have to come out and dig it out and try and get the snow out of the pipes. And the one to the right that the little elbow is coming down, that's the fresh air intake. So I could take it apart inside the house and just draw air from in the house. So anyway, I kind of got fed up with the snow and coming out in the middle of a snowstorm trying to dig it all out, so I devised up that system there. So if it plugs on the bottom one, it can come out the top one. Still have to take the vent off inside for the incoming air, but at least it will exhaust out the top. Anyway, that was kind of odd. So that's why I have to clean this out now. I never used to have to do that. Anyway, I've got it fixed, so it doesn't matter anymore. But anyway, the dryer vent's there too, so I guess still have to have it cleaned out. All right, now we'll go out this way. I remember when the kids were small, now that I think of it, there used to be so much snow on the deck here that then we couldn't get out the other door around over on this side. I'll show you this in a minute over around here. Of course, the kids were small and they would like to do it anyway, so I'd opened up the door and the two kids go running from the living room and jump out through into the snowbank. And then they could shovel out the door around the other side here so we could get out. Anyway, yeah, we had lots of, holy cats, snow right up to that light bulb up there. I started putting a walk-behind snowblower up here years ago so I'd be able to clear it off, but anyway. Snowblower is getting hard to use. I ain't as young as I used to be. I guess that's probably why that's not shoveled off. Alright, so we'll come around here. Yeah, snow right from that railing, right straight out across. All full of snow here in this area. I do have some pictures, but I don't know how you put them on here, so. But I've got the picture of the MF-12 with the loader digging the snow out of that corner there. So then we had snow here. You can kind of see it in the picture of the John Deere that I showed in the video here. But I've gotten so much snow there you couldn't get the door open. One year, once I got the door open, the only place I could get out of was to walk right along the side of the house, out to the front there, and trudging through the snow, but the bank was so tall that you couldn't walk out straight out from the door. Another thing is where the two shovels are there. I used to plant carrots there, and because right by the foundation, the carrots would still be good, and I'd take them out on Christmas Day. We'd have nice fresh carrots out of the ground on Christmas Day. My God, that smelled some nights, having fresh carrots. But I can remember having to dig down 6 feet of snow to get them. The amount of snow we have now in places is about 6 inches. So another storm, it happened quite a few years ago now. This was back before I had any garden tractors. I had a walk-behind snowblower that I bought brand new in 1990, which I still have. So it was a big storm, happened Saturday and Sunday, and mostly Friday and Saturday, I guess. And Sunday it was nice out, but the snow, like there's nobody going anywhere. So my son and I thought we'd make a path out so that they could get out and go to school the next day. Of course, there was no school, but anyway, we made a path. Took us all day. Going from the garage out to the end of the driveway. One path. 28-inch wide path. All day. And we at that time had somebody coming to clean the driveway. So anyway, the fellow showed up with I guess his normal tractor broke down, but he showed up with I don't know the number of the white tractor, but it was one of those great big white brand name white tractors. 4-wheel drive, cab and the whole thing. He came in through the driveway. Holy cats. He didn't even realize that he was in the ditch. And that stick that's there on the right hand side, there was one there then. Stick and everything went through the blower out into the woods. So anyway, he cleaned up the snow and whatever wouldn't go through the blower, it went around the blower. Holy cats, the thing only took about 10 minutes to clean the driveway. Jumpins, it was a big machine. So snow. We've had snow up to the bottom of the light here on both driveway lights. So it's about 5 feet. Another little story about my walk-behind snowblower. Before that house was built across the road and that fence was there, well, like I say, we've been here for 30 years, so 32 years, I guess. But anyway, I used to have a mailbox right straight across there on the opposite side of the road. I don't know how many times I had to dig in with the walk-behind snowblower 3 feet to find the mailbox. So I went to the store where we normally kind of went, and they had the post office there. So I ended up getting a post office box because it was cheaper per year to have a post office box than to try and buy mailboxes every time the thing gets smashed with a plow. So we still have that post office box. I think, I don't know what it is, but at that time it was $55 a year. I think it's about $175 now. Oh dear. But that side of the road with the snowplow, it was probably 6 to 7 feet, 8 feet tall there from the snowplow. Not today. Anyway, there we go for a little snow and weather chatting about how things used to be. Well, it may happen this year again yet, but very strange for November and December and January to not have a whole lot of snow. You know, in December we were having 13-degree days Celsius. I think that works out to be about 54 Fahrenheit. There was 2 or 3 days like that in December. I called them the January thaws. We had about 8 of them in December. And that's the other thing. The January thaws, like once winter used to come years ago, we'd have one January thaw and that'd be about it. Now it seems like we get many, many, many of them. And here you can kind of see where I've been blowing the snow and it hits the trees there. Well, there's been different times that I haven't been able to get the snow over the top of the snowbanks there. Of course, the snowbanks were put there by the snowblower, but still, you couldn't blow it over the top of it. You kind of had to blow it straight ahead. Because as you get up that way a little further, it wasn't quite as bad. So you could kind of get it into the woods up there. But anyway, lots of snow. Another time I can remember when I lived at my mother and father's place, I had a four-door car, which at that time had an aerial on it, of course, for the radio. We had a 3-day storm. I kind of sat in the house and looked out, watched my car disappear with the snow. The only way you could find the car is from the aerial. The other thing that used to go on was, you can see the snow on top of the roof. Years ago, when we were getting lots of snow, and like I say, it could happen again, but I mean, it just seems kind of odd the last couple of years. You know, there's not a whole lot of snow up on top of the roof. But for a number of years there, you'd have 2 or 3 feet of snow up there. And of course, the guys were pretty smart fellas. They could get up on a roof and shovel snow off. So there was a lot of people going around with shovels, shoveling off roofs for people and charging them, you know, whatever. I forget now what it was, but haven't seen that in the last number of years. So having no snow, I guess, you know, in a way, doesn't create employment, right? I know the agricultural center in Charlottetown here, they've had numerous snow blowers ready for the tractors, you know, because there's an awful lot of businesses here that have tractors that go around doing driveways. And this place would always have 20 or 30 snow blowers in there ready for sale. There was different years in the last couple of years that they'd still have the same ones there for the next year. They weren't selling them. Yeah. Anyway, there's my weather ramble, I guess. It just seems a little odd. But like I say, it still could happen yet. We've still got February, March, and April to get through yet. And we seem to get more, you know, it seems like every storm you get, it becomes up to 0 degrees or 32 degrees, so you're getting wet snow, or you get rain or freezing rain, and I always used to call that weather March weather. But we get that in January now. So I guess that's about all the snow stories. I'm sure I got lots more, but that's about all I can remember at the moment. So if you got any snow stories like that, take a little walk around outside and let us in on what your experiences were of snow. Whether it's many years ago or just a few years ago, or well, my father, now that I say that, my father worked for the town, or I should say city, and I can remember different times in December, especially at Christmas time, be gone for days. You wouldn't see him. He worked on the plows and he operated the plows in the snowstorms. Days gone. Anyway, of course, they didn't have the machinery back then as they have today either. That's the other thing, you know. If we get cleared out here now, you know, you could have a snowstorm today and then you're down to bare pavement the next day. You know, years ago, it wasn't like that. They have bigger and better equipment and different things to put on the roads, and that's just the way that is. Anyway, I guess I don't know, the weather is changing or if it's not, but it does seem a little odd this year and last year. I can say, with all this heavy equipment in here, this is all heavy equipment. And I know that some of the businesses around here used to phone me and want me to rent this stuff to them, and I said no. He's got nobody that could know how to drive this or operate this heavy equipment. There's just, you've got to have a lot of training on this stuff here to operate it. It's just not anybody that can jump on these heavy equipment pieces and do snow work, especially that one with the cab. Anyway, there now, that's enough foolishness and goings on. Anyway, if you got some kind of snow stories, do up the video on it just for the fun of it. All right, I'll see if I can up here. Now it's time for dinner. I'm gonna go in and have myself a ham sandwich. And all you people have a great day, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. And we'll chat again soon. Bye now.